Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sunday morning show. Welcome to the stage, Pastor Jeff Gallen.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for that warm welcome. Well, welcome to the Sunday morning show, everybody. I'm your host, Pastor Jeff, and we have an amazing show for you today. We are going to be focusing on kids ministry, and oh, do I have some special guests for you today. The kids of kids ministry. Thank you for coming on the Sunday morning show. Who wants to answer this question? What is one thing that you love about coming to church?
I like worshiping God.
You love worshiping God? That is so good. Who else wanted to answer that one?
I love craft.
You love the crafts?
Yeah.
Oh, good. How about singing? Do you love singing?
I like singing Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. That's a great song. You guys, are there a lot of rules in KidMin?
You should listen to the prayer and what the preacher in there is saying.
Yep.
Or we won't understand what the story is about.
You should listen to what the preacher is saying. Yeah. You should tell your parents that too.
When we're praying, you bow your heads and hold your hands together.
Yeah, when you're praying, bow your head and hold your hands together. That's good.
I like coming to church because you can pray for people.
Oh, you pray for people. That's good. Yes.
Reading the Bible.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Yeah, because you can't read the Bible at home. You have to come to church for that, right? No, you can read the Bible at home. Does anyone know the name of one of their teachers?
So my dad's teaching, and his name is Bosco.
Oh, your dad is teaching, and his name's Bosco?
Yeah. I like playing with him a lot.
You like? Okay, cool.
One of my teachers' name is Rochelle. If we don't understand the question, she'll explain it to us. Or if we don't understand, she'll explain it to us.
Well, she sounds really nice.
My teacher's name is Miss Rhonda, and she really encourages us to memorize our memory verses.
Can you think of any right now that you could tell me?
Psalms 34:4. When I looked to the Lord, He answered me. He saved me from everything I was afraid of.
That is so good. What a great verse.
In the beginning, God created all the creatures in the world. John 13:43.
Yes! John 14:43. Awesome. Very good. Well, we are going to take a brief commercial break to hear from our sponsors, but the Sunday show will be right back, so don't go anywhere.
Did you start off your year with good intentions of meeting your New Year's resolutions? Or are you not quite where you hoped you'd be? Are you feeling discouraged or defeated?
Have you already given up?
I have a solution for you. Try Kids Ministry at the Bridge today.
Did you have fitness goals, working out, or trying a new dance routine? Try Kids Ministry. Wanting to start a new hobby? Playing a sport? Connecting with your artistic side? Try Kids Ministry. Hoping to do more travel this year or go on more trips or outings? Maybe you'd like to be more adventurous. Try Kids Ministry. Kids Ministry has all you need to be a success.
No way!
There are schedules planned out for you.
No way!
Activities prepped and prepared in each classroom.
No way!
Wonderful kids waiting for you to have an impact on their lives.
No way!
Join with us today and call 1-800-4KidMin and talk to our representative in the courtyard after the show.
Welcome back to the Sunday morning show. I'm your host, Pastor Jeff, and we have got a new special group of my friends that are here. Please put your hands together and welcome some of the KidMin volunteers. Thank you all so much for coming. I have several questions, and let's start with this. Why did you start serving in kids ministry?
I'd probably say the pay.
I know that's not true.
I'm not sure exactly when I started with the kids ministry, but it was a video where Pastor Jeff was dressed in a diaper.
Oh.
And I thought...
Okay, cut.
I thought...
I'm just kidding. Keep going.
And I thought to myself, if the pastors are willing to put themselves out like that, this is the place that I want to be in KidMin.
I have 3 kids, and when we started here, that was the main pull, was being able to have a place for my kids to get plugged in and grow in their own individual faiths. And I have all 3 of my children have graduated from the KidMin and are now serving in their own little section. Serving is just a great way to give it right back and to give other parents the opportunity to have that same experience.
I grew up in the church, and I grew up, in like the kids ministry. And then later in my life, some things happened that really caused that big separation from God. So I want to be a part of that building of the firm foundation for those kids, so that way they never have to doubt their faith.
I had always grown up, and I was always like, whenever I'm older, I want to go and work and like be just like all the leaders that I've had. And I remember just finally waiting until I was in 6th grade to finally come and help. And then I was also very nervous that they were going to ask me questions that I wouldn't know. But then I was like, oh wait, I'm with the 2-year-olds. They don't really talk yet. So that's...
I think one time last year, I had a kid ask me, why isn't God a woman?
Oh.
I was like, I don't know, go ask Marissa. So,
but that's my go-to. I just say, go ask Pastor Jeff. He knows everything.
Tell us how volunteering in kids ministry has impacted your own life.
So I think I really enjoyed serving when I'm telling stories and I'm up on stage and I see the kids look back at me, and when they are engaged and like shouting out answers, and they are smarter than me 95% of the time. And like, we're kind of on the same mindset, really, the kids and I. So when they get it and I'm like, I get it. And it's just so fun to see them really engage and see God in a different way. And it's their energy is fantastic.
Yeah, I've been serving for about 13 years now. And I think what keeps me in there, especially with the little ones, is I help in Safari Land. And that's a chance to get them to love church. And so if I get to be one of the first people that makes them excited to go to church and loving their faith at that age, it's just such a privilege. And
I remember when I first started out with junior high, and I remember saying, right now I'm kind of the cool person because I was in my 30s, 20s and doing this, and I know there's going to be a point where I'm not going to be that person anymore. But there's youth that comes through that it sparks a fire in me that I know they're well taken care of because of this whole long process. So
your daughter-in-law came up to me and said, you made an impact on my life working in kid ministry. And when we get to hear that, we know that's where God has us. That's our calling, and that's where God has us.
So let me ask you, veteran volunteers in kids ministry, if there's somebody out there that kind of is on the fence, maybe thinking about jumping in to volunteer, what would you say to them to try to convince them to cross that line and jump in?
I think I would tell them to give it 5 or 6 times. Do 5 or 6 different ages to figure out what you like the best. Don't just pick one and try and go, this is not for me. Do 3-year-olds, go to kindergarten, go up to all-stars. But give it 5 or 6 times to see which one you connect with, and then they gotcha.
Coming to the bridge, we have an amazing all-star team, amazing Safari Land team, who basically gives us everything we need. Ahead of time, we have time to read over what we're going to be learning. They have just provided everything. So if there's anybody who's worried about, I don't think I can do this, you can do it. Here at the bridge, they make it so easy to serve.
This is great news because you're telling me that anybody can do this.
Yeah. Anybody.
For those who are worried about time, like, you do have time. It's 3 Sundays a month that you volunteer for, and that last month, like sometimes that's when I tend to plan things if I'm going out of town or know I'm going to be back late the night before or whatever it is. And then the other 3 Sundays I'm here and I have so much fun with these kids. And it's really just an hour and it really just flies by and you just have so much fun with these kids. Like you'll never know what they're going to say. You'll be so blessed by what you hear and what you're teaching them and what you learn.
This is just going to be my plug for the Buddies program. But just the fact that if you volunteer as a buddy, you get paired up one-on-one with a kid and a family, and you just really get to know that one kid and that one family you get to pour into and love. If you're overwhelmed by a room full of kids, then just get paired up with one.
I know for me, one of the big things that because my wife also served, that got us to serve was that we started taking our kids to KidMin. And we thought to ourselves, like, if there's another adult that's willing to put up with our kids, we should be serving and trying to help out other people's kids as well, because we have to do this together. And I'm going to say, like, right now, there is a huge need in KidMin, especially since we've gone to 3 services. There is a need everywhere, like in the littles and all-stars. And I even love as from the parent, I'm the parent that drops off my kid, and I'll sometimes ask a volunteer, how'd they do today? And they're like, oh, they were great. And I'm like, what? Oh, great. My kid was great for you. That's awesome. But then sometimes I will tell other parents, like, hey, your kid was awesome today, and they have a similar reaction. And so it helps me even connect with other parents. It has helped us feel just so connected to our church family. And we're helping raise other people's kids, and they're helping raise our kids. And this is exactly what we're supposed to be doing as a church. You really feel more connected.
I love that. It seems like there's one experience of church where you come on a Sunday and then you leave and that's it. But you guys have experienced something different and new and bigger where you're connected now to this ministry and to this people, right? Like you're experiencing the community of the church in profound ways. It's such a beautiful thing. Well, that's it for today. Thank you, everybody, for being with us, and thank you for joining us here at the Sunday Morning Show. I just want to encourage you that perhaps you've been challenged and encouraged and inspired today to sign up to be one of our next KidMin volunteers. I would love for you to make that decision. This is an amazing opportunity for you to impact these wonderful kids' lives. So I hope that you'll do it. I've been your host, Pastor Jeff, and I'm signing off as you are signing up.